Welcome everyone, this is a flight test readiness review. We're going to be.
It's easy to say simpler and safer. It's another thing to actually understand what you're going to do about making that happen.
Our weather risk limits are within the low risk window for today.
Helicopters intrinsically are very, very difficult to fly, much harder than aeroplanes. Helicopters try to beat the air into submission to be able to fly. A lot of time as pilots, we fly aircraft and we think it's a good aircraft or a bad aircraft, but we don't understand what makes it good or bad. Well, that's all test piloting.
Since what we're doing is very much cutting edge, in flight tests we get to explore.
We definitely push things to the limit, things that I wouldn't be able to do outside of Skyryse. The basic everyday flight test is we're testing different types of software, control laws, handling qualities, and how that works with the single control stick and the touch screens. The other more exciting part is actually flying maneuvers repeatedly and pushing envelopes to see, different ways that the aircraft behaves. That data gets brought back to the engineers, and then they can kind of tailor their control laws around that. Kind of like you're teaching a system how to fly.
Holding airspeed pretty well. Yep. Rolling out.
When we come up with some things that are like, well, this is really good, then we mature it. And eventually that became the product set of what is now the initial SkyOS for the R66.
A lot of traditional flight tests, you're probably talking, if you're lucky, once a day, maybe only 2 to 3 times a week. We're able to do 2 to 3 flights a day.
That's pretty much unheard of, but here at Skyryse, we're really actively engaged in doing quite a bit of development work, handling qualities work, and validation of the system.
In my previous jobs, we would do flight tests maybe once or twice a week. On a good week, 1 to 2 flights per day. It seems like a lot, but it's very interesting to see the collaboration between all the teams and how they come up with solutions really quick so that we can do a flight in the morning, implement fixes, and then collect data in the afternoons. It's really fast, it's agile, and we are making really good progress on a day-to-day basis.
TM Solaris radio check.
And Solaris.
TM has you loud and clear, how me?
Got you the same, thanks.
We had this drive to get the aircraft through a series of clear milestones.
Ready for a flare? Yep, flaring.
Sometimes on flight test programs, you encounter a lot of issues and you don't actually get your milestones because other things are holding you back.
Are you happy with that? Yep.
And over the course of the last year, we've smashed those milestones.
Sometimes we do new stuff that no one else has done in the entire world every single day. Where else are you going to be able to do that?
That was quite something.
And as a team, collectively, when you accomplish things that no one else has done, the feeling as a team, that adrenaline that you get together and that camaraderie is absolutely amazing.
Keeping pilots safe and being able to be part of a team that's making the world safer for aviation is an absolutely great feeling.